expose ourselves on road shows, and it is a 100% export-oriented unit. So you have to have a good idea about the minerals and what its status, because the whole company depends on the exporting its produce. It is not an iron ore dug. It has to be beneficiated, a very soft ore. So you have to find out. So a lot of exposure that way. And everyone should be knowing about iron ore and then Bellary, isn't it? A lot of headlines in news, isn't it? So, but then afterwards it came the pickup of iron ore. Previously it was there, but there was a steady requirement, some few hundred millions of this one. Then with China growing, it became huge, and then they were competing for Olympic Games. So China, wiped out all this Bellary, whatever waste type of thing, very little iron ore also, everything they have lapped it up. And then which was $16 or $20 at my time, I'm talking about the early 90s. So I retired in 96. So that time whatever $18, $20, $30, now $150. So everyone knows helicopters, what is that? Bellary full of? Isn't it? So that is what it is. So I had to possibly find myself a path for education, and then a lot of occasions in the initial years, when I just joined these IIMs are all they were established in India, 3, now about 10 or 12 are there. So I had an occasion to join, but then hesitancy whether to join there 2 years or continue in my steel plant. And steel plants are all newly setting up, developing our steel. So I just, why not? So I had an occasion, my son-in-law, they're all professors and this, a lot of this I visit. Every time when I go, I've been traveling around the world quite a bit in service. Every other day you pack up and go this negotiation, that negotiation, this visit, or government delegations, this, that. So being a high person in public sector, we had an enjoyable, lot of exposure. That exposure and this training, what came out is, say every time, you are an engineer, then field engineer, then possibly inside, in one shop, this, that, manufacturing, engineering activities. Then as you grow at certain point of time, you have a lot of personnel you have to handle. Human relations and these personal policies, personal things. Then as you go, even as an in charges of group, you have to know a certain amount of finances. Then you have to take decisions, part decisions. And even if you have, what is the cost to run this one? What is the maintenance? What is the annual cost to, for spare parts, capital repairs? Like that, everything is mixed up. What you studied as in engineering is only that engineering portion. So the general management exposure. And then you suddenly find yourself director of production and this, then you become a chairman. Then every decision comes to you. You cannot say, I don't know, I have not studied. And labor relations, unions you have to deal. This one, negotiations. So price negotiation, this. So ambit of this. So what happened previously in the absence of this type of input, you gather it in workplace.